Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Mizuho Week Ahead. I am Jingyi, market economist at Mizuho Bank. The theme for this week is Troubled Waters. U.S. equities ended the week lower last week following Israel's airstrikes on Iran's nuclear and military structures. Brent crude saw a more than 10% surge intraday on Friday, briefly testing $78 per barrel before closing lower at around $74 per barrel levels. While gold surged up 1.4% on Friday may seem modest in comparison, gold had climbed 3.7% last week, revealing a steady climb upwards against a volatile geopolitical backdrop. Granted, there was some semblance of progress in trade talks. US and China officials met and agreed on a framework. However, details were found wanting. Meanwhile, Trump threatened to hike auto tariffs and issued a second threat of going forth with unilateral tariffs for trading partners to take it or leave it as the self-imposed 90-day temporary delay looms. It is against this backdrop that we head into a busy week of central bank events, and geopolitical events is unsurprisingly going to feature in policy contemplations. On Tuesday, Bank of Japan will not take any policy action, but markets will be watching for pace of taper, Bank of Japan's views on trade uncertainties, and policy tensions on balance sheet versus JGB stability, monetary policy trade-offs, and fiscal monetary independence. On Wednesday, the Fed is expected to extend its pause amid opposing inflation and demand risks from heightened trade uncertainty. The dot plot will be pored over for the slightest changes. But the Fed's current preoccupation with inflation risk imparts a mildly more hawkish bias, although it is unlikely to result in a distinct drop of the median from 2 cuts to 1 cut. On Wednesday, there is Bank Indonesia decision as well. Our base case is for Bank Indonesia to ease amid a stable rupiah since the last meeting, external and domestic growth boosts, and manage inflation. Notably, the economic stimulus announced in May on new wage subsidies, electricity tariff discounts, etc., speak of heightened domestic growth boosts amid reports of higher layoffs and ought to contain inflationary pressures. However, we see some risks of Bank Indonesia preferring to stand pat should the rupiah sell off sharply on geopolitical jitters. On Thursday, we have BSP and CBC. BSP is set to ease as real rates remain elevated amid managed inflation pressures, while recent economic indicators point to softer activity. We expect CBC to hold rates steady as growth and external demand remains firm. Industrial production and exports growth are still resilient, while inflation has moved lower in May. Property prices have also shown some signs of stabilization. All in, volatile geopolitical developments would mean that any apparent calmness will lie strong undercurrents, and stability would remain elusive. With that, we have come to the end of this video. For more information on the key events for the upcoming week, please refer to our Week Ahead publication or contact your respective sales desks and RMs. And for regular notifications on our market views, please subscribe to our channel and hit the notification button. Thank you and bye-bye.